And another thing that the mainstream media is hyping up is the supposed terror threat now facing us here in America at malls across America. The Department of Homeland Security Secretary Jay Johnson made the media rounds this weekend. He was warning shoppers at the Mall of America to be particularly careful after a terror group singled out this Minnesota supermall for attacks. A law enforcement official, however, reacted to Johnson's remarks, saying there's no indication of an actual threat against any malls in the U.S. And another DH official clarified Johnson's remarks later in the morning, saying Secretary Johnson didn't say that they should not go to the mall. He just told shoppers to be extra vigilant and that security was increased. So here we have the Department of Homeland Secretary just casually saying, oh, you might just want to just be cautious over some terror attacks at the mall, but go ahead and go to the mall. So why would he just so casually throw that out there? Well, of course, we've been seeing it just running in cycle all over this weekend and on the mainstream news. It makes for great news to say that there is a terror threat at the mall, but it's also conveniently timed with the fact the Department of Homeland Security is set to have their funding expire. Now, Republicans, as you'll recall, held off on funding the Department of Homeland Security in that huge cromnibus bill that they passed at the dead of night this past winter that they had to pass or the whole government was going to shut down. But they held off funding the DHS to use it as sort of a bargaining tool. Now Republicans are saying that any bill funding the DHS has to include a rolling back of Obama's unconstitutional executive amnesty actions that he took on immigration. And of course, Dems aren't having any part of it. Now, the administration claims that the agency's increased funding is necessary to protect the homeland. But records show that the DHS has continued to increase its spending on furniture and office makeovers as its budget has been increased. Now, this is a review of records on the official government spending website by the Washington Free Beacon. They show that the agency has spent nearly $150 million on office furniture and makeovers since Obama took office. This is the fiscal years 2010 through 2014. Each year under the Obama administration, DHS funding has been increased. But Jay Johnson is going on 5 talk shows on Sunday just to warn America that the national security of the country is at risk. So we must fund the DHS.